I am Metal God. Feel my thunder. Sorry, that was just a little gas. Let's try it again. Feel my thunder. The Bone Metal Zone.
Hello, Mr. Manson. How are you today?
Hello. I just got done with my first show.
Well, I guess the obvious question is, how was the first show?
The first Mayhem Tour show.
Your first show today?
My first show today. I'm doing a matinee. Yeah, the first show of this tour, yes.
How are you feeling about it? Do you feel like everything went off pretty well?
Yeah, I thought, we've toured with Slayer before, and it's always been an awkward, in theory, combination, but it always ends up working really good. And I thought tonight went great. It was just unusual because it's the first thing, and we've been in Europe, so we were already used to, as a band, playing together. But it changes when you get into an environment with a bunch of sweaty men around you.
Well, you've always been known for really big stage shows and crazy props and interesting things. Is this a different stage show from the European stage show? Do you have new fun stuff that you're messing around with up there?
When we roll around into San Francisco, I will. Yes, I will. Today, my stage prop was my very unpleasant personality, and now it was, of course, this show is, to me, it's without cannibalizing and redoing what I've done in the past. It's really the excitement of Twiggy and I being back together, and also with Chris and Ginger. For the most part, it's the same band that did the Antichrist Superstar and Mechanical Animals tour, and we're not trying to be retro or redo things that we've done, but we're doing material that, for us, is our favorite. So I think a lot of times that ends up being what the crowd probably would want also, because, for me, I always look at it like, if I was in the crowd, this is what I would want to hear.
Is there anything that surprised you about bringing back this mostly somewhat original lineup?
No, the only thing nothing surprised me about it. It was just, it really is reflected on the record, because the record, a lot of people are curious, and I've been consciously decided to not do so much press about the album, because I think it speaks for itself, because a lot of people, for example, on the last album, people like to attach and like to separate the difference between rock star and tabloid, and the idea that this album and anything I do can't be simply defined in a headline in a tabloid about record is about Marilyn Manson and this person or this relationship or his ex-girlfriend or whatever the case might be that they want to say. This record to me is about loss, and a lot of it is about the time lost between the friendship between Twiggy and I, and it's more about the realization I think everybody in the world that likes music and anybody who wants to listen to music that we make can identify with. It's the concept that when you realize the real deficit of loss, you can either give up or you can learn from it, and you can realize that you need to fight and really die and kill for what you believe in. This record is about really coming to terms with that, and it wasn't just me. I think it was musically, Twiggy was playing music that reflected what I wanted to say, and this was, for us, this was the record that we always wanted to make, but it's not the record that, would be self-titled with a blank cover and, like the Black record for Metallica or something like that. Mm-hmm. This is the record that is us getting our wings back and us saying, yeah, we're completely not tired whatsoever with being Marilyn Manson, and we want to do it better and more than we did in the past. So this tour really represents the start of that.
So is it really frustrating when people look at Marilyn Manson and the art that you put out in such a myopic way that they're just going straight for the tabloid angle on it? They're not realizing that it's art, it's multifaceted, it's multi-meaning, and so on?
It depends on how you go about your life, you know. For example, in Europe, which we just came from, I decided not to even turn on my computer or answer my email. And you can go about your everyday. You can do shows, and you have an amazing audience in front of you every night, gigantic audiences that are enjoying your music. And you're having a good time making that music, you're having a good time playing that music, and you're sharing something with people. And that's the whole point of, you know, being an artist. And if you don't bother to read what the new world of media is, which there's a strange blur between actual journalism and blogging and just public opinion. It's almost as if you could hear everyone thinking, everyone's got an opinion. It made me mad at first that everyone could say what they wanted to say, but then it really kind of levels the playing field. It makes it to where, okay, if everyone could say what they have to say, then that actually makes it more important to be an artist, because then when you say something that's good, that people identify with, then that really changes, you know, it differentiates who you are. And I really approached doing this record and this whole next phase of my life from ground zero. I would be happy with living out of a cardboard box, and this would be my demo tape, but it doesn't matter. People know who the name Marilyn Manson, they know the exploits and nefarious behavior of me and things like that. But I wanted to allow this to be simply on a ground zero, you know, and I learned a bit of that from being a painter. When when it comes to art, you either like it or you don't. Music's different because it's attached to who makes it. So sometimes you like a song because you like the artist, and then it makes you like it more, or you won't like a song because you dislike the artist. Art's very black and white, so it's a little bit separate, but I learned from that in the way that I wanted to identify with people on a way that was not attached to the baggage that comes with my past. I just wanted to write songs that were just speaking directly, and I feel like that was a new step for me in writing songs on this record. So it ended up changing my life, though, where like I feel like now I feel a bit juvenile in a good way.
The Bone Metal Zone.